See, that was interesting, right? See what happened there? I was still in my starting soon. Do you know what I mean? I was still in my starting soon. And that bubble blast just cut straight through the starting soon and exposed me. I was sitting here. I could have been doing all sorts sitting here before my stream. So what I need to do is work on how to fix all of that. Also, you should be hearing music here. You should be hearing music. So let's see if I can set that up. If I do this, the music should sort of be muffled and lower in the background as well. Anyway, hiya, how's it going? You exposed me, Guitar God by name of Bubble. Let's get it loaded up. Let's see what we're talking about. Let's see who's in and what is happening and who's doing what and all this sort of rubbish. Hiya, I've had a very productive day, by the way. And it's not even finished yet. So welcome in, folks. How you doing? Listen, here's the deal. I've got a wee bit of, like, just general good news. Not massive good news, but stuff's going well. But what I would like to know is, do you have any good news? At the start of the stream, what we like to do is share our good news. So, big or small, you got any good news? Let us know what it is. Thank you. Hello, Relax, it's Max. Welcome in. Hello, Bass Embrace. Hello, Fluffy Pink Blonde. Fluffy asks, please can you ask James Master how to get silk fabric in Spiritfarer? That's a good question. I will do that. What I need to do... Any streamer will know this process. Basically, I updated my sound card and thus everything's all fucked again. So, updated my graphics card settings. All the names for my sound devices are all bogus. So I'll spend 2 minutes fixing that today. I know exactly what to do. I just need to do it, and then that means I can ask Games Master exactly whatever it is that you want me to ask him. So we'll get to that in a wee second. But first, I would like to say thank you very, very much to the following people. Thank you very much to Chameleon. Thank you very much, Chameleon, for coming in. How's it going? Thank you very much for subbing. Hiya. Get bubbled. I consider me bubbled. I got bubbled, Chameleon. Thanks very much for that. Hello, Guitar God by name of Bob. Thank you very much for resubbing. Always when I'm at my work recently. I'll catch this in the VOD. Cool, Guitar God, cool. Thank you very much for resubbing. Welcome in. And hello, Relax, it's Max. Expose this, Relax, it's Max. Thank you very much, Relax, it's Max, for 3 months. You're a legend. Sorry, for 31 months. Although, Relax, it's Max, does that mean you've subbed for 3 months up front and thus saving a wee bit of money? Relax, it's Max, that's a very clever thing to do. Well done. 87-year-old Duke, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. How's it going? It's a good old-fashioned 10:30 stream. By God, it's been a while. Well, I'll do my best, 87-year-old Duke. I've got something quite interesting prepared for you that we will discuss in a wee second. Roll Duke, welcome in. Good to see you in. As always, everybody, if you've got any good news, please put it in the chat, big or small. What's your good news? My good news is that stuff's happening and it's going well. And I'll tell you more about that in a wee second. My other also good news is that Cater Cakes has just resubbed. Thank you very much, Kate, for 48 months. What a legend you are. Make some respect to you, Kate. How's it going? Docto, thank you very much. Docto, you've continued to be very generous in the stream, so thanks very much, Docto. Oh, we can unlock... no, never mind. It's asking me to gift a sub to my own channel. I'm not doing that. Thanks for the hype train, folks. And Steph Makes Stuff, welcome in. Steph Makes Stuff. What are you making this weather, Steph? You were making something really cool last time. Last time I was looking into... What was it you were doing? And I was like, that's fucking class. I can't remember what it was. Steph Makes Stuff, how's it going? Welcome in. What's even happening? And Two Crooked Fingers, thanks as well for resubbing. Welcome in, Two Crooked Fingers. Nice one indeed. So how's it going, everybody? Thanks very much for all the subs and thanks for the hype train. So today, right, guess what time I woke up this morning, man? Guess what time I woke up? 6 o'clock in the bloody morning. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that is after not getting home till like very, very late last night because we were driving about. 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I was in Glasgow for 7:30 in the morning, and then I met Scroobius Pip at 9 in the morning. And then we did some business. We did a good bit of business. Met up with this guy to talk about the film and stuff like that. And then popped into the escape room stuff and showed Pip all the escape room stuff. So that was really cool, which is a completely separate thing. And then I came home, and the objective was to set up a new limited company. So I'm going to set up a new limited company today and tomorrow. So I need to figure out what the name is going to be in that limited company. But I don't want to pitch any ideas to you, because some of you are pure malicious bastards and you will end up registering the name that I've got in mind at Company's House before I get in there. So I'm not going to do that. But that's all quite exciting. So I'm setting up a limited company, as you do. I think it only costs like 12 quid. So I might just set up Hunters, man. Just for a laugh, just for a buzz. So I came home to do that, but then I looked at the clock and I was like, you know what? It's streaming time. So I thought I would come on and I would just hang out and we would do that. Don't dox yourself with your registered address. That's interesting right here. So if I set it up under my home address, that means that anybody could just look up Company's House to find out what my home address is, isn't it? So I wonder if I could get like a P.O. box or something, but then that'll cost about fucking £200 a month or something. Aye. Everything's a big pile of shit, isn't it? Might register it at my parents' address or something, but then you'll know where my dad lives. My dad will kick fuck out of you though, so it's fine. I accidentally found Mark Lamar's home address once. I was speaking to somebody who came across Louis Theroux's phone number. I wouldn't say who it was, but they phoned up Louis Theroux and just went like, hello. And Louis Theroux went, hello. And they went, hello. And then shot it and hung up. I thought that was quite funny. This was a while ago. Hiya, doggies. Pepper, do you want to see the people? Pepper, you're the people's princess. Do you want to say hello to them? You coming? Where are you, wee girlie? Oh, you away? Okay, see you later. Pepper got a haircut. I like her again. Fat Dad, how you doing, Fat Dad? Thanks very much for coming in. Disappointed you didn't mount a bubble blast to Pip's car to do these yesterday. Fat Dad, thank you very much. Well, Pip was saying that when I was streaming, he was walking about because we were at like, yesterday we were in Oban. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'm bracing for this one, man. Oh my goodness me. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we fucking go. Docto, Jesus. Jesus Christ, Docto. Jesus Christ. That is exceptional. And oh no, right here. What have you done? Is it broke? Or is it just delayed? I think there's a wee delay on it. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Docto, thank you very, very much. And right here, thank you very, very, very much indeed. Jesus Christ. Thank you very, very much. Docto, thanks very much for giving a sub to Well Ace, to Future Pantalon, to Nano Seek Ska, to Jazz Gal, and to Robbie Mac. If I've just said your name there, it's because Docto has just gifted you a sub. So if you happen to be in the chat, please feel free to say thanks to Docto. And I want to say thanks to Docto. Thanks for supporting me doing this with my life. I really appreciate it, Docto. Thank you very, very much. 87 Roger says the bubble gun seems quieter. Aye. How do I sound? Here, everybody, this is my voice. Do I sound any better or worse? I did a wee bit of audio EQ leveling and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's a bit too aggressive, but this is the first stream that I've done since I've fixed or made an attempt to fix my audio. So if anybody that knows about audio, if anybody's got good headphones in or whatever and is qualified to feedback on audio questions. How am I doing just now? All right, Rhinoceros. I sound really good. Dynamite. Rhinoceros, what's happening? Thanks very much for the tip off. Sound good to Kay. Excellent. Excellent. Think about it now, says Stevja. My new job lets me know where everyone in the entire town lives. You're a good person to know, Stevja. Your lower frequencies are a bit boomy. Okay. Thanks very much for the feedback. I won't spend time fixing that right now because nobody wants to watch me fuck about with audio settings live on stream. However, noted, and I will feedback to the thing. Thank you very much. So welcome in. Welcome in. Could have been having a pre-stream tug. Exactly. So if you weren't in earlier, basically, I went live a wee minute before I expected to. Basin Bruce says, studio's looking good. Aye, it's weird, that, isn't it? I don't really know what's happening. Why it looks so different, because I've not really... I did clean up a wee bit. Hughesy says, good afternoon, Hughesy. Welcome in, Hughesy. Good news, there's a day off. You've got a day off, the sun is shining. You're off for a wee walk via the baker's for a sausage roll with a wee lassie in a buggy. Amazing, Hughesy. That's incredible. That sounds like a dream. That's like heaven right there, Hughesy. All the very best. I was going to go a wee walk. Well, I've been walking about the centre of town for a wee bit, but I was going to go a wee walk, but I didn't really have much time when I came in. I was like, no, I want to do a stream, man. These people deserve a bloody stream. SSRI says, good news, sharpened the blades and tuned up a machine ready to blast through a load of oak parts. Amazing. Is that a CNC milling machine you've got, a CNC router? I'd love access to a CNC milling machine, a CNC router. Kate, once again, thanks for the sub. Dogto, thanks again. Steph makes stuff. Dogto, thanks for subbing as an individual, and thanks very much for the gift subs, by the way. Absolute legend, Dogto. Steph, thanks again for the sub. Hello, Relax, it's Max. Hello, Bali, welcome in. How's it going? Disappointed you didn't. Aye. I've been through all of this. I'm still working on. That was it. A Kermit replica. That was it. Not had much stuff making lately, so it's been slow going. It was the Kermit that looked outstanding. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Where are we, folks? So that's a good point right here. If I'm registering with Company's House, do you know, I'll ask the woman, because this is interactive, man. We might as well do this live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Hello, so I'm registering this limited company that I was telling you about in order to make the film. However, I happen to also be a live streamer. So if I register my company at Company's House, then potentially anybody could look at that company and find my home address. And so I wonder if there's any good solution to mask that home address as to not dox myself in public, if you understand. She's not talking to me.
Yep, I totally get that. This is a common concern, especially for streamers or anyone with a public presence. Here's what you can do to keep your home address private when registering a limited company. 1. Use a registered office address that's not your home. Company's House requires a registered office address for the business. This is public, but it doesn't have to be your home, as long as you have permission to use the address. Official mail can be delivered there. Options. Use an accountant's address. Many offer this service for a small annual fee. Use a virtual office service. There are UK-wide providers who will give you a legitimate business address. Forward your mail and keep your home off the public register. Look for ones that are clear about mail forwarding, keeping you compliant, especially for Scottish companies. You'll need a Scottish address if you're registering in Scotland. Services like Hoxton Mix, Regis, Capital Office, or Brighterbox offer this, some for under £100 a year. Use a different address for the director's correspondence. When registering, you can enter a service address for...
Right, I'll talk to her later on about this because yous don't care. Yous don't care. Basically, this live stream is like, watch me do my job. But, so in the next sort of 2 days, I need to register this limited company. But that's a very good point. I forgot that my home address would be public. And as a streamer, that's something that you need to sort of navigate. It's exciting though, isn't it? It's quite exciting. Jigsaw Dust, thank you very much for subbing using Amazon Prime. Maximum respect to you, Jigsaw Dust. I love Prime subs. Here, anybody else got a wee Prime sub on the go? Have a wee look, see if your Prime sub's run out, see if it's run out. I'll have it. Thank you very much, Jigsaw Dust, for giving me your Prime sub. I was really classy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Real Burniston Butcher. It's people like you, Burniston Butcher, that's making me want to hide my home address. No offence, but like you're a serial killer. Burniston Butcher, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you very much for 15 months. What's happening? What's even happening? What is even happening? Right here, that is a very good point. Thanks very much for helping me consider that. Set it up in the Cayman Islands, I should. Cater Cake says, I'm not sure if they're in the UK, but in the US, there are companies that will do it and use their address. Dynamite. There's businesses that will be your registered address for you. Cool, cool, cool. Hello, Bowdy, welcome in. How's it going? I considered letting him know, but there was no way to not make it weird. Aye, I know what you're saying, Fluffy. I once got an email from somebody just being like, by the way, I know where you live. I figured out via your stream exactly where you live. Here is your address. But don't worry, I'm not a nutter. But just so that you know, this piece of information I'm just a autistic hobbyist, and I've figured out your address. But don't worry, I'm not a nutter. But other nutters might have been able to figure it out. So they were trying to help me, but it did still, like, I totally get it. I completely understand, and I'm sort of thankful for them saying that. But it still came across as like, fucking hell. Made me like aware of all that side of stuff. Big Tadger, thank you very much for following me. What a wonderful username. Thank you very much, Big Tadger. Welcome in. How's it going? We have still got time for good news if you've got any good news, by the way. My good news is that Big Tadger is following me. Steph just says, my old job gave me the power to find anyone's address in Scotland if they were educated in Scotland. Never abused that power, though. Well done, Steph. Whose address would I want to know? Or, well, I don't want to say, I was just ready to like rhyme off famous musicians and stuff, just so that I could have a wee swatch as to what their house looks like on Google Maps. But I was ready to just say a name there, no matter what name it is. I'm now speculating where so-and-so lives or where. That would be an irresponsible thing to do. So I'm going, look at me maturing. Look at me learning how to do all of this. Bromo69, welcome in. Hello, Bromo69. Thanks very much for 16 months. What a legend. So the bubble gun is quieter, but it's because I've been messing about with my microphone and stuff. And hopefully the microphone sounds a wee bit better, albeit potentially a wee bit boomy. Steph just says, thinking about it now, my new job lets me know where everyone in the entire town lives. That's dynamite. Hello, Bali. Hello, Rhinoceros. Despite the chronic tinnitus in my right ear, I can understand you perfectly. Amazing, Fanny. Thank you very much. It's the planner thicknesser I'm running today. I don't know what's going on. What are you on about? Bali says, some good news for me. Finally near the end of my uni project. Just got some testing to do, and then I have 4 weeks to finish writing my dissertation, and I will finally be fucking done after 6 years of trying to get a degree as a mature student. Bali, that sounds amazing. What is the subject? What is it you're studying? Congratulations. There's no finer feeling of just getting it all done, just knowing that that's you. Do you have accounts done? You could use their address. I don't have an accountant. I do all my accounts myself because it's kind of easy to do. I don't really have anything complicated. It's funny that it's called Company's House. It is like a big house and all the wee companies live in there. Kate says, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Brilliant. Brilliant. I think, though, what I'm wanting to do is just spend as little money as I possibly can. So I'll see if there's like a free option. I'll see if there's like an address that I'm like, oh, I could use that. But don't know. I don't know. Just build a moat around your house. Aye. Fluffy says I can use your address. That would be great, Fluffy. Hello, Big Tadger. Welcome in. But aye, anyway, we'll see how it goes. Kate says, who did that? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't reply. I was just like, I understand. And they didn't send it maliciously. They were trying to just friendlily warn me, by the way. I was like, okie dokie. Kate says, I'm not a nutter, says every nutter. Well, that's the thing. I've told people that I'm not a nutter before, and then as soon as you say those words, you're like, oh, am I actually? Am I actually? Only a nutter would say something like that. Anyway, but if that was you, by the way, I understand why you got in touch, and it was beneficial, and I have changed certain things that led me to accidentally dox myself before. I do appreciate that. So please, whoever it was that found out where I live, I don't want to imply that you're a nutter, because you know where I live and you might be mental and you might come and try and, do you know what I mean, put me in a figure 4 leg lock or something. And I don't want that. I'll have to like roll over onto my back, thus somehow reversing the figure 4. How does that even work anyway? How's that? That doesn't work in real life, does it? You're in a figure 4 and the recipient like rolls over, and then the person giving the figure 4 somehow like, I'm in so much pain. No, that doesn't work. Anyway, Big Tadger says, my good news is I found more Scottish streamers just going around showing support. Big Tadger, who is your most favourite Scottish streamer so far? But welcome in. You found the best one. You really have found the best one now. You don't need to continue looking. Just set up camp here. You'll do fine. Welcome in. Everybody budge up. Big Tadger's in. Bowdy here says, good news. Mrs. Bowdy and all my neighbours are already sick of hearing big swoopy analogue pad noises. You doing a bit of Vangelis nonsense? Bowdy, I hope you're having the time of your life, mate. I'm in Edinburgh. I don't think you would want to see where I look. Well, fair enough. Edinburgh's barely Scotland. Hello, John Atfield Art. Welcome in. How's it going? We were talking about you today, John Atfield Art. Thanks very much for helping us on this project, man. Watching an episode of Geo Wizard, Geo Detective series, he can find you off nearly nothing. Oh, is that the guy? That like the, what do you call that game? GeoGuessr. There's that guy that's just shit hot at GeoGuessr, and he sees like the top of a tree and maybe a lamppost or something. He's like, okay, and he goes in and like finds this thing in like Sweden or something. He gets it. I can't do that, man. Although apparently there is a new AI tool out where if you upload an image, it'll tell you the GeoGuessed location, and usually it gets it right quite often. Doesn't look at the EXIF metadata of the picture or anything for GPS information. It just looks and does what the GeoGuessr guy was doing, which is a bit scary and interesting. Bachelor of Science, Software Engineering and Cyber Security. Check it out, Bally. That looks good written down like that, didn't it? Big Tadger says, are those CRT TVs? This one is an oscilloscope, but this one, and this one are CRTs. And usually I would have all my stream overlays set up on all of these. So usually these would light up anytime there's a sub or whatever, your profile picture comes up here, etc. However, this one here has just became faulty. So I've not had any time to diagnose what that is, because I'm doing about 100 different things now. But maybe the next time you're in, that'll be up and running. We'll see how it goes. How much is the yearly account for a limited company? I'm not too sure, Echo Thump. I don't think it's too expensive. I think it depends what you're putting through the books. Let's see what the woman says. So I'm setting up a limited company entirely via ChatGPT. So I had one before, but somebody else did all the work. Hi there. How much is annual accounts for a limited company? What is it I need to do every year? She's taking her time getting back to me. She's been a wee bit slow today.
All right. Sounds like someone registered the company for you. So here's what you're responsible for each year, plain and direct. What you need to do every year for a limited company. 1. Annual accounts, statutory accounts. A summary of your company's finances, balance sheet, profit loss, etc. must be filed with Companies House. Also submitted to HMRC with your corporation tax return. Cost. If you do it yourself with software like Free Agent or QuickFile, £0 to £100 a year. If you hire an accountant, around £250 to £750 depending on complexity. If you're barely trading, many accountants offer a dormant company rate, around $150 to $250. 2. Corporation tax return $600, filed with HMRC. Even if you make no
I've just became aware this is pure boring content to do on stream, but this is exciting. See, if you're setting up a production company or doing something like that, you need to get in and do all this and get in about it. But affordable anyway, it looks like. So Pip's got his own production company, and we are going to be two production companies that are like co-producing this film. And if we do it that way, we are eligible for other things that'll help us out. You know what I mean? So, that's quite exciting. So that's my good news. Relax Max says use Roscoe's address. He'd actually love nutters showing up so he can out-nutter them. I think I will. I think I will. Quillen says, saying I'm not a nutter is kind of like saying I'm not an alien. If there is one person you will assume is an alien, completely. I completely get it. Anyway. Just reached the bottom of the rope and he has to break. Aye, but if he's a heel, the referee will be like, he's like, nah, I'll just do it at the last minute, my legs will all be sore. The reverse figure 4 works via the conversion of angular momentum in a closed system. I think it works like that, base embrace. I think it's something to do with the solar plexus or something. Deary me. I don't think Llama will be too happy if I open up this CRT, but we've got this far with the CRT. I think we need to fix it sooner than later. You know what I mean? Cheers, John Atfield. Simulate says, we have ours registered to an office in London as I don't want the location of our warehouse online for thieves. Aye, good shout, man. Good shout. It's kind of fucked up, though. Like, the concept of it. So, Company's House requires an address, but people don't want their address to be public. So, there's kind of like a backdoor way of doing it via paying a different company. And that just seems like a... Shouldn't Company's House just change the scenario so that for people in this situation, you can just click a thing? Kind of like on your domain. You know, if you buy a web domain, you need to give your address, but then you can pay a wee bit more every year to just blank that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not going to get in touch with Company's House. Hello, Company's House. Can I set up a new production company? By the way, see, before we start, I think you should completely change how all of this is done. I'm not going to do that. I don't think they'd be very interested in that. Listen, everybody, see in a wee minute, we are going to play Half-Life RTX. So there is a new demo of a new graphical way of displaying the Half-Life 2 game. It's just a demo. I think it's only a couple of levels, but I'll be finishing the stream a wee bit early today because I've got stuff to do. Be finishing maybe 3:30-ish or something. Because we've got a big dinner tonight with all the people that are involved, or well, some of the people that have been working on this film in the past couple of days. So I need to get all my shit ready for that. Beneath the Headphones, how's it going? Welcome in. Good news, got a week till my next responsibility. Going to kick back and watch a class streamer and do some house stuff. All the very best Beneath the Headphones. It's wonderful to see you in. That is dynamite. Thanks again for the sub. Martin Hyder says, I just heard the last 5 words and almost fell asleep. I don't think it's good stream content of doing like business admin, is it? Or at least learning business admin via ChatGPT. But I'm quite excited about the name of the company because I've got a couple of different wee ideas. Anyway. I have a company that's currently dormant in case I need it for client work. Good shout, man. Good shout. All the freelance stuff I just do on like a sole trader type of vibe. And then I'm freelance with the BBC, but that's PAYE. I previously was a co-person on a limited company. It was split 3 ways. But that's since been dissolved because we just didn't want to do it anymore. But for this one, I think I'll be like the creative director or whatever the fuck it's called. So I was looking it up and it's like for motion picture purposes, here is the code that you need. And I'm like, motion picture? I am setting up a motion picture production company. That's awfully good, isn't it? Jeez, O'Brien, we're setting up a motion picture production company. That's mental, isn't it? Aye. Mental. That was exactly my plan. I'll reply to the death threats for you. Thank you very much, Fluffy. There are shell companies that will trade with each other to hide the stolen Kickstarter money. Yeah, right. All that Kickstarter money's just spunked on Bitcoin, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, but it's all just away now. It's all just away. So what we're going to do is like a brand new Kickstarter, right? So that I can redeem. I'm kidding on. Your Kickstarter money's safe. We've not spent a penny of it yet. I think. I don't know. Ask Pip about that. I see you. Thank you very much for sub and welcome in. How's it going? Half-Life 2. Aye. So I was going to jump into a wee bit of Half-Life on Half-Life RTX. Do you know about this? So Half-Life 2, but remade to visually look a lot better than it ever has before, which is quite exciting. So I'll have a wee squiz at that. I don't know if my computer is up to the task of making that all work good. See how it goes. But I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot. Some people find taxes and finances very exciting. Well, that's the thing for me, Martin. I don't. So all of this stuff I'm doing because I have to do it. However, what I have noticed, the last tax return that I did was substantially easier because I had ChatGPT. So when I'm doing my tax return and it's like, please declare any capital gains tax, shit like that. I'm like, the fuck's capital? And I'm like, I know. Oh, woman. What the fuck is capital gains tax? And she'll be like, you don't need to worry about it, it's cool, just this, and this. ChatGPT is wonderful for that. Obviously, you need to like double check it and things. Cloncilla, thank you very much for sub and welcome in. Cloncilla, thank you very, very much. You alright? I'm alright. The main question is, are you alright? Hello, Cloncilla. Thank you very much for your sub. I love a Prime sub, by the way. I registered for VAT the other day, looking forward to fucking that up in the near future. Amazing SSRIs. So you only need VAT if you're making over 100 grand a year into it. Which I don't know, I don't. But that's cool. Bally says, I was browsing threads the other day and came across a web tool that would expose how other companies have a foreign registered owner. Taxpolicy.org.uk shows who's doing what. That's very exciting. That is very exciting. The entertainment lawyers, my old office, do that redirect address stuff. Bowdy says, brace yourself for the Half-Life RTX. I gather it chews up and spits out video cards. I would assume so, Bowdy. I installed it a couple of days ago and just launched it and went in, just sort of looked about. Looked good, but I just wanted to, I didn't play it, but I wanted to make sure that it was like installed right and stuff. However, OBS wasn't open at the same time. So right now I'm streaming to like 4 places. So there's all sorts of different video and codes and everything happening. So we'll try out Half-Life RTX. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it might. I've got a 3080, which isn't the best, fanciest graphics card, but might do the job. So I will jump into Half-Life RTX in just a wee second, but I thought I'd speak to you first. We could have a wee chat and we could see what's going down with you lot. So I met up with a guy from Screen Scotland today, sat and had a meeting with him and Scroobius Pip. He is telling me, basically giving really good advice about various things, how to secure different locations, how to potentially get other funding. That was brilliant. We had that wee chat today. I contacted a media person to see if I can get an interview with Pip and a media person to try and promote the film. They've now got back, and I found out all the information that I need to set up a new limited company at Company's House. So I'll do that after the stream. I was going to do it on stream. I was going to set up a limited company live on stream. However, that's just asking to get doxed into it. I'm not going to be streaming, and in this window here, where if I just accidentally press a button, you'll see my full address, my national insurance number, my phone number, all of that. So I can't do that. But I thought it might be quite fun to set up a limited company live on stream, but it's not happening. When I went back to full-time work, I just dissolved the company I was running as an IT contractor because I couldn't be fucked with the forms. I'd end up forgetting them and just getting shit with HMRC, and I'd rather avoid that. Aye, completely, Chameleon. Well, that was the point. The company I had was doing all right. We were making money and stuff like that, but the guy that was physically sending stuff out was like, I can't be fucked doing this anymore. And the guy that was doing the accounts was like, I'm not feeling this, because we all had day jobs at the same time. So we're like, do you want to just sack it? We're like, let's do that. But I liked it. It was loads of fun. Simulate Gaming says it's cool that you freelance for the BBC. I saw the BBC building in Glasgow when we were filming in the Oval. Oh, a nice one. I Simulate Gaming is fewer shifts than I had previously. So a lot of the work that I had with the BBC is currently in a time of transition. So a lot of the shows that I worked on have changed or been cancelled or whatever. So I'm still in maybe a handful of times a month. But it's a good time for me right now to be looking at other sort of ventures. But I'll still, I adore working in there. It's a great wee job. And who knows? I mean, things change all the time. You know what I mean? I might get another show in. I might get dead busy again. But aye, it is what it is. Spent on bubble juice and 3D models of Pip. Yes. Well, we need to finish off the 3D models of Pip as well. I've got them all sitting here. So here is a wee 3D model of Scroobius Pip, if anybody's into all of that. So what we need to do is 3D print the rocks for him to sit on. However, yesterday we went to the filming location. And what I was considering doing is, for all the 3D models of Pip, instead of 3D printing a rock for him to sit on, we just sort of take a rock from the filming location, because there's only about 10 of these or something we need to ship out. And then that is a direct link to the location. That would be kind of cool. So I'm thinking about doing that. But anyway, my head's full. My head is absolutely full right now. Anyway, ChatGPT told me to do a bed and ISA when my work shares mature. Very nice. I don't know anything about any of that, but it sounds good. I've registered voluntarily. I spend a lot on materials. Ah, right, got you. I think the idea is that there is accountability if your address is public. Companies that let you use their address would have a responsibility to make sure you're not dodgy. I see. It's still, though, you can see it's like a weird loophole thing where, I don't know. Obviously you've got all sorts of scammers that if they... it's to just stop people vanishing into thin air, I suppose, isn't it? If I make 100 grand a year, I'd be bubbling you all day long. SSRIs, listen, see if you made 100 grand a year, I would let you bubble me all day long. I would be fine. Fuck my limited company, I'll just be yours. We would just do that and it would be fine. Just don't pay tax, we won't tell anyone. Fuck His Majesty and Revenue and Customs. One thing I learned is you don't have to pay tax. Nothing happens. I'm kidding on. I'm kidding on. It's irresponsible to say on stream. Seriously, I just don't do it. It's fine. I'm kidding on. I pay tax. And everybody should pay tax because that's how we educate our wains and stuff and pay for our roads and bomb international countries. Anyway, let's not get... I almost started a rant there. No going to do that. We're having a good day. The sun's out. Let's not think about all the scary parts of the world. Jason, I'm very sorry for you, Jason. I can't redeem the hydrate. The only liquid that I've got here is bubble juice, and I can't drink the bubble juice. So I'm very sorry, Jason. You have just wasted some channel points. There's nothing I can do about that. There's not going to be any refunds or anything like that, Jason. Sorry about that. Anyway. I saw a video of it getting low 40 FPS and a 4090. Do you know about it? It looked pretty good when I had it open. However, I wasn't recording via OBS at the same time, so we're going to have a wee shufty. Is the RTX version on Steam? Aye. It's a demo, though. It isn't the full game. I think it's only 2 levels. Have you reached out to any tourist bureaus of the towns and cities you're filming in? They usually can help with advice too. There's the council, so not the tourist bureau, but the council of the areas we're in touch with, and they are helping us out. So we've got a really good location for free, and it's perfect, man. I want to show you the photo that I took yesterday, but I'm not going to because it'll dox where we're filming. But my God, it looks good. It looks really, really good. So I'm quite excited. But hello, TD, welcome in. How's it going, man? Any more thoughts on the escape room? Yes, I took Pip in today to the escape room place, and showed him about and stuff like that, and it was cool. So we were chatting for a wee bit with different ideas and stuff that I want to do, but need to think about this film first. You know what I mean? One thing at a time. Well, we'll see how it goes, man. If we all stop paying, they won't be able to afford to come after us. Listen, I understand what you're saying, but and I support your will to collectively decide to no pay tax and all that. But see, just for my own safety, going to do it in a format that isn't in my Twitch chat. Thank you very much, just because I don't want them to come after me. Thank you. Notorious civil unrest ringleader 1030 was found. Do you know what I mean? We can't have that. But on you go. If you don't pay tax, you're no better than Bezos. 100%. 100%. Jason says, no bother, I've still got 70 grand in the bank. Cool, Jason. Next time I see you, I'll drink double. In fact, if I got something handy, I don't. It's in the hall. I don't. Paying tax is actually a genuinely good and efficient system, to be fair. It's just, it's all about fucked. Aye. Paying tax is a lot easier than what it was. See if you go online, HMRC website and shit. It's good, man. Although this year I was unable to put in all my expenses for some reason. I sat and figured out all my expenses. Some like £4,000 of shit that I've bought to do things with. And it just wouldn't take in the number. And so I think I get taxed a ton this year because that deduction didn't happen. I just had to like take it because, like a tit, I left it until the very last minute to do my tax return. So there wasn't any time to like phone them up and query it. So I was just like, fuck it then. So I paid tons of tax this year that I don't think I should have. Lewis, welcome in. How's it going? Here, have some of my 70k as well. Thank you very much, Lewis. Thanks for supporting me with all your cash. Dynamite, thanks very much, Lewis. Or with your prime. With Bezos' 70k. Bally says same with parking charges. If you didn't pay them and they get a sheriff officer to come at your door, there's nothing they can do if you just don't pay, allegedly. Aye. With parking charges, find out if it's a private company or find out if it's the council. Also, do your own research. Also, we here at 1030 are not responsible for any criminal damages caused as a result of taking any advice or following any of the topics discussed here on the stream. Everything here is for entertainment purposes only, and you can absolutely fuck off and swivel if you think I'm going to take the blame for anything that you might do. Thank you. But I don't get any bother. Don't get any trouble, is the thing. Pretty sure you're 40% bubble at this point. Aye, my skin is, man. My face is fucking all bubbly. But this is exciting. That's what registering your business in Ireland is for. Well, I'm looking to qualify for Scottish funding, so my business needs to be registered in Scotland. Watched Severance on your recommendation and loved it. What do you think of the end of season 2? I liked it. I won't spoil it. I loved Severance season 1. First couple episodes of season 2 I thought were great. And then there was a good few episodes and I'm like, I don't really know if I'm digging this anymore. I don't know. And then the finale happened and I'm like, yep. Yes. Yep. If you're looking for something to watch, check out Severance. It's on Apple TV, or alternatively, you could pirate it. I'm glad you liked it, Ultimate Mayonnaise. I'm glad you liked it. They're all very attractive, aren't they, with their big American faces and all of that. It's great to watch. It's like chewing gum for the eyes. Just all the colours and shit, man. Get a couple of cans in, you stick on Severance. Hip Hop Guinea Pig, I have unpaid good news. A while ago I did a mashup of a band I used to like, Northside. Long story, the band retweeted said track and video. They loved the video and asked me to do a backing video for their UK tour. And well, hey, video on stage behind the band? No way. That's class. So you've made this? I won't play their music as to not get a DMCA. Oh no, I'm playing their music. There we go. Sorry if that was loud. Sorry if that was loud. This is cool. So this is your video here? Is it all pre-rendered video? So it's like a video file that you've set to the track and then you press and play? Or It looks like it might be live, as in done in VJ software like Vidvox or Resolume or Modulate or Archaeos or VDMX or Touch Designer. How many VJ softwares do I know? Check that out off the top of my head. I was able to list you, what, 5, 6 names of VJ softwares? That looks class. Congratulations. By the way, everybody, I don't know if you know, but Big Fred dog's in. Hiya, Big Fred. Oh, you just hit your head, you silly sausage. Big Fred is just here. You boop the snoot? Boop. You see his wee nose? Oh, we love Fred. This is Fred Macaulay. Not the comedian Fred. He's Macaulay. As a, like, not Macaulay as in Macaulay Culkin. Like, he's called Fred and he is a collie. And there we are. And that's what it is, isn't it, Freddy? Yeah, good boy. I know. Do you want more scratches? I'll give you more scratches. But no, that's good. Congratulations on your music commission. I've never heard of Northside, but I'll check them out. Northside are class? Well, there we go. Hip Hop Guinea Pig, that is dynamite. Big Bags of Cheese, thank you very much for resubbing for 13 months. Big Bags of Cheese. Big Bags of Cheese, have you renamed your username? Did you used to be something else? But that's brilliant. Lewis and Big Bags of Cheese, thank you very much for subbing. Can you amend your return? Find a way of getting that 4K written off? Well, it wouldn't be the full 4K that's written off. It would just be the tax on that. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know anything about that. But I'll maybe look into it. Can you put bubble juice down as a business expenditure? I do. I do that for my Twitch stuff. I put all my Twitch stuff separately. I pay tax on everything that comes in, all the Twitch payments, all the donations. Well, you can't call them a donation because it isn't a donation, because you can only accept a donation if you're a registered charity. But the tips, you have to call it a tip. So I pay tax on all of that sort of stuff. And do I make any other money via Twitch? I've had a merch store for a while, so all that goes through that as well. I think you can resubmit previous year's tax returns. Interesting. How do you feel about Papa Bubble as a ringleader name? Aye, maybe, man. That's pretty cool. I wish there was a way I could just donate all my channel points at once. Well, Jason, there might be... I don't have a good idea for channel point redemptions. I honestly don't. Don't have a fucking scoop. Everybody's saying hello to you, Fred. Oh, you don't need to get up, pal. But everybody's just saying hello. He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to sit down. I'm a wee dog. Yeah, good boy, aren't you? Oh, he's a good boy. Freddie, why are you not out the back? The door's open and it's a big, lovely sunny day for you to run about. Freddie, I heard the pigeons. His ears just went. I heard the pigeons were ripping the piss out of you, pal. They were saying all sorts, that you're like a wee smelly dog and stuff. Are you going to accept that? Also, where is Pepper? Have you seen Pepper? Because she's got a new haircut. So I want to show you guys Pepper. Do you want to go and find her? Freddie, go and get Pepper. Where is she? I need to train him to do that, because that would be really good if he could just go and find Pepper. I couldn't train her to find him. I don't think she would have the mental capacity to do it, but I think he could maybe find her. Because he's a herding dog, and she's smaller than a sheep. He should be able to do it. Should be able to do it. Is Fred still getting along? Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say they get along, but they tolerate each other, and sometimes they'll sort of, their bums will touch when they're both lying down, and I'll take that. I'll take that as a friendship. They don't like each other, but they don't sort of dislike each other either. How did the scouting go yesterday? Really good, Avgas. Had a big full day yesterday. I've had a full morning. I was in Glasgow for 7:30 this morning doing film stuff. Hi, Fred. And I'm getting back in for about 7 tonight, and we'll have another big day tomorrow. And what I need to do before then, though, is register a limited company at Company's House, and I can't do that on stream. So I think I will end the stream maybe like 3:30 or 4 or something, to give me enough time to do some admin that I need to do before I go back in today. But I need to get my stream in. I'm a streamer first and foremost. Roderick says, is that why you call him Fred, or is that a coincidental? I've always wondered. No, it's a total coincidence. As soon as I realised it was Fred Macaulay, I immediately sprinted to my phone so that I could tweet it. I was so excited. My thumbs were like tripping over each other as I'm typing, Fred Macaulay, my dog, Fred. It's a good joke, isn't it? So it did well on Twitter, and, right, the actual Fred Macaulay liked the tweet. So, pure starstruck. I had Fred the dog and Fred Macaulay side by side with a name underneath, Fred, comma, Macaulay. And it's a good joke. I know I'm really stressing it here, but it's very funny. For anybody that doesn't know, there's a Scottish comedian called Fred Macaulay. And there's a dog at my feet who is a collie called Fred. You could say he is Fred, my collie. That is the joke. In conclusion, I'm kidding on. I've got the scouting went great yesterday. I think we've more or less got everywhere that we need. Get your business address set up and we can just send you fivers off the books. Shout, mate. Absolute shout. Used to be gill pants. I see. Big bags of cheese. Gill pants. I was always unsure if it was gill pants or Jill pants. And so I avoided kind of like saying your name quite often. Whereas now I can't misspell big bags of cheese. That's great. Points redeem question for James Master, the woman. Aye, that would be good. Speaking of which, Fluffy, you had a question for Games Master, didn't you? However, what I need to do is go in. All right. Hiya. So this is us. We're back here. That's weird, isn't it? How that did that. That's very weird. Sorry, loads of things happened at the same time there. Somebody came to the door, my mic got muted, all dogs are barking, everything else. Actually, who knows? Who knows? I don't even know if it was Windows 11. Who even knows? Sorry, I was muted there, lads. Right, where were we? Where I forgot what I was even talking about. £4,000 unclaimed expenses amounts to an extra 800 quid tax for the year. Aye, man. This year's tax was more money. So it'd be great if I could get that back somehow. Anyway. Sorry I was muted there. Don't know what happened, but I've managed to fix it, so everything is fantastic. So today my voice should sound a wee bit better than what it usually does. I did a wee bit of work just leveling my microphone and stuff. You shouldn't hear the background noise as much. And although it might be a tiny bit boomy, I could reduce the boom. Let's reduce the boom, which is the opposite of what the Costco guys do in it, because they bring the boom. So let's just very, very gently reduce the boom. That's as far as I want to do just now. That's me, I've done the thing. And then hopefully that'll be a wee bit better. There's a slight peak here, so I can maybe just lower that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. That's us. Hopefully that's a wee bit better. I'll find out later. I will find out later. I will review the VOD and all that sort of stuff. Maybe even bring that there. Aye, there we go. Maybe even... Aye, that's us. There we go, and I'll be sounding like this, etc. Okie dokie. I was very overwhelmed there. We're going to James Master, but don't worry if it's too complicated. Well, the deal is, right, in order to play Half-Life RTX, I updated my graphics card, and when you update your graphics card drivers, all of the sound inputs in OBS, streamers know this, every sound input you've got in OBS just defaults to blank. Then you need to go in separately in every single one and just reset it as to what it used to be. It's just a pile of shite. It's an absolute pile of shite. So I'll maybe try and do that in a second. Bowdy says, I'm not finding you boomy desktop. Okay. Cool. Tell us, is a completed droid ever coming out of the attic? Is there a target date? No target date. No, there isn't, Avgas. That's the one project that I've been working on for the longest time. I've been working on that since I was 11 years old. What I would say is, though, I do now have about 95% of the components that I need to build an R2-D2. And that extra 5% is like just bits of stuff that I can easily get. So I'm working on Pip's film. I've got an escape room on the go, and I've got the bubble robot. One of these needs to be done before I can think about R2-D2. But other than those things, there's no other project that's like waiting to emerge. You know, those things are that, and that's it. So the next one after that is R2-D2. So we'll see. We'll see. I've got more ideas than I've got time. But if you keep watching, at some point we'll get around to R2-D2. How long did it take Anakin to make C-3PO for a box of scraps in a desert? I know, but he was like the chosen one or something like that. You were the chosen one, Anakin! Like, chosen by who? And obviously whoever chose him, he kind of fucked up, innit? Because he ended up being Darth Vader. Anyway. Without AliExpress. Aye, but he had Jawas. So, think about that. And, like, the midi-chlorian count and all of that. He had a high midi-chlorian count. I've got autism. So, they are kind of comparable. I would say they're kind of comparable. Lime Green Lemon, thank you very much for the bubble blast there. Welcome in. Thank you very much for resubbing. Thank you for 19 months worth of a resub. Thank you very much, Lime Green Lemon. Okay. Shall we just jump into... Fluffy, I want to test out the Games Master thing, but it's all... Right, hold on. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Because this audio shit is causing me issues. So if we go down to here... Okay, so that's set up good. That's set up good. That's set up good. Fluffy, could you repeat what your game question was, please? And we can test out Games Master, right? I don't quite know if he will work fully, but let's test out Games Master. Because he should bloody work, man. He should work. So let's do that. And this will be a good wee test. Okay. So what you do when you're contacting Games Master is you get a virtual reality headset and you just put it on like that, and then that should transport me to I realise what I've done wrong. I realise what I've done wrong. Let me try that again. I will put on my virtual reality headset, which should transport me to...
Greetings, young adventurer. Welcome to my celestial domain. What gaming challenge brings you before the Games Master today?
Dear Games Master... Oh no, I look like an adult. I shouldn't look like an adult. I told you this would be rolepay, man. We've got a sub redemption, everything else. It's all kicking off. Right. Oh no, that's no the way. Patchimus, thank you very much for resubbing. Welcome in, Wizard Patchimus. Look who bloody well is. How have you been? I've been class, Wizard Patchimus. I've been absolute class. Thank you very much for asking. Right, now that I've done that stuff, let's undo it and then go back in. Right, now that I've sort of fixed it, let's try that again. Wizard Patchimus, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. Thank you very much for being in here. Sorry to interrupt, James Master. All good, all good. Well, this is something that I need to do and to figure out. So it's that one there. Right, let's test this out. Virtual reality headset popped on my head, and then this will work fantastically.
Greetings, young adventurer. Welcome to my celestial domain. What gaming challenge brings you before the Games Master today?
Dear Games Master, I need help on a game to do with something called like Spiritfarer or something like that.
Ah, Spiritfarer, a charming journey where you ferry spirits to the afterlife with grace and care. Tell me, dear player, which part of this ethereal adventure has you seeking my guidance, whether it's crafting, gathering resources, or perhaps a specific spirit's questline? I'm here to guide your ship through turbulent waters.
I forget, I will be honest with you. How do you know anything about the silk threads in Spiritfarer and how to get them and all of that sort of stuff?
Ah, the quest for silk threads, an exquisite material indeed. In the whimsical world of Spiritfarer, to procure silk threads, you must first have access to the silkworms, which are housed in a silk farm. But before you can build this, you'll need to explore the vast waters to find an island called Grey Mist Peaks. Here, you'll discover a spirit named Gustav, who will gift you the necessary blueprint for the silk farm. Once your silk farm is up and running on your boat, you'll need to feed the silkworms with mulberry leaves to produce silk cocoons. These cocoons can then be processed at the loom to create the silk threads you seek. Remember, young navigator, keep your silkworms happy and your loom busy, and you'll have plenty of silk threads to use in your crafting endeavours. How else may the Games Master assist you in your Spiritfarer odyssey today?
Thank you very much, Games Master. I'm going to go and do all that now. Thank you for your help. Goodbye.
You're most welcome, brave traveller. May your journey in Spiritfarer be as smooth as the finest silk. Should you ever find yourself in need of further guidance, do not hesitate to call upon the Games Master. Farewell and good luck on your celestial voyage.
So there you go. I was a Games Master, Fluffy. I hope that's helped. Let me know if it worked. Let me know if it helps. Sorry if Games Master was a wee bit loud there. When I turned them down, was that all okay once the audio was turned down? Again, because I updated my graphics card drivers, all the audio is all just ski whiff. It's all over the place. Okie dokie, so what we're going to do now is launch Half-Life RTX. Just see if that works when you're streaming. Just see if that works when you're streaming. So basically, Half-Life 2 was ages ago, right? Years ago. Half-Life 2 is one of the most important games in the history of games for me. Anyway, loved Half-Life 2. However, playing it back, it looks a wee bit dated, right? So, what they've only bloody well done, these video game boffins, right? They have not recreated, they have modified Half-Life 2 to take advantage of modern graphics card technology so that it just looks a lot better than what it used to look like. And I've been wanting to play this for a wee bit. So I've downloaded it, it's all good, everything's great. However, I don't know if it fully will RTX, Alexis Max RTX. I don't know if it is going to launch properly when I'm streaming. So let's have a wee look at that. So it's not the full game, it's just a demo. But I opened it up a couple of days ago. Let's close the application that I used to make a child appear for the thing. Let's close all sorts of other applications that might impede the ability for this game to successfully launch. That's me, I think, closed everything that I maybe can. Here goes, everybody. If the stream crashes, you know what the deal is. It's because of technology. It's because of big bad technology. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I've launched Half-Life here. Let's see if we get any Fs. So that was loud, but you never heard it, and that's fine. But the way to allow me to allow you to hear the game is dead easy. Dead easy, don't even worry about it. So all I need to do is click a couple of things, and then you will also be able to hear the game, because you should actually have been able to hear that. Let's go back to content. Man, this game's like, I just heard all the fans on my computer just whiz right up. So who could have believed that running Half-Life would be so graphics card intensive? Cool. So here's the problem that I've got just now. Look, check out this, right? So here is Half-Life. I minimized it previously, and now I want to go back in. Right. So if I scroll over this, it'll launch. But if I click, all right, it's stuck. It's stuck. Okay. Okay, so let's see if it crashes. Do you remember the first time you saw that guy pure turn round and look at you? You're like, oh my God. So currently it's loading enhancements. Don't know if you can see that down here. But what I would say is Half-Life RTX takes a hell of a lot longer to load than your regular Half. There we go, there's Ravenholm. Look at that. So we're in it, and no frame glitches or anything, so that's quite good. However, you can't hear the game, and hearing the game is quite important, isn't it? So what we can do there is do this, add that, do that, do that. So you should now be able to hear if I do this. Aye, you can hear the game, we're all good. You can hear the game, we're all good. Okay. Okay, here we go. Half-Life 2, new game. So today we are playing Half-Life 2 RTX, which is a demo. It's a demo, and not the finished thing. So let's just see if my computer can run it. I'm really looking forward to this. Chameleon says, mind when Half-Life 2 first came out and everyone gets super annoyed that it required you to install some nonsense called Steam? Aye. And look where it is now. Turboclan says, I'm going to close all my open windows in sympathy. Well, listen, it's quite a hot day to close your windows. Keep your windows open. So I've got a 3080 night death. Can I give you good news? I'm 9 days sober for the green stuff and booze after a 15-year. Banned it all the fucking best with that, man. For the green, the first 30 days for me were kind of brutal. And after that, it got a lot easier. Hell of a lot easier. But honestly, see the 30 days for me, and then the dreams you get, fuck me. Really vivid dreams. But congratulations, man, keep it going. Hello, non-binary, welcome in, how's it going? Aye, fire in. What's your story? Ravenholm. What do you call it? Almighty Bob? I thought we didn't go to Ravenholm. We haven't for about 15 years, but Ravenholm have updated the graphics, so now we do go to Ravenholm. Hello, Deal Fantas of Sweden, welcome in. Non-binary is in with a story, let's read this. Non-binary says, the weekend I realised I needed socks, so I went to John Lewis' website and I bought some socks multi-pack. Good price, everyone's happy, and then when they arrived, you get fucking children's socks. That's funny. That is very funny, non-binary. I suppose because, like, if you're a shoe size 6, for example, do you get a children's shoe size 6? And then you get an actual shoe size 6? Adults? I don't know how children's size works. That's all very confusing, isn't it? Well, that's brutal. I once went to school with 2 odd shoes on, and I got the piss relentlessly ripped out of me. I woke up late and I was really sleepy. Got dressed in the dark and realised as I was standing in school, both my shoes were odd. And what made it worse was one of them was a tie, like laces, and the other one was a slip-on. I get the piss ripped out of me for years for that, man. Years. Anyway, let's continue the game. Got you. Oh, I like Ray. Got you, almighty Bob. Understand. Bally says, I wish I could open my windows, but anytime I do, those wee bastard fruit flies invite themselves in and cause an infestation, which is a pain in the arse to deal with. If it ain't those fruit flies, it's always the blue bottles. We'd love to be able to open the windows. What you need to do, Bally, is get yourself some sort of mesh scenario. Cater Cakes is in. Cater Cakes is saying that people in the UK need to get into window screens. This is why it's important to have a diverse group of friends so that they can culturally introduce you to stuff that you might otherwise not know about. Case like that, by the way, window screens. So I think you can do that, and it means that you can open them up and beasties kind of get in. Hello, Cal Pig, how's it going? A mate of mine has a small feet and saves a ton over his Air Max because he gets the kid size. That's class. I had the opposite problem. I've had large feet ever since I was a child, and so I had to pay for adult sizes from when I was like 6 years onwards. Or well, my ma did. Freddy! 2 seconds, I think there's somebody at the door and he's barking at them. Maybe not. Freddy! We don't have screens, Channel 13. Or maybe other people get screens. I don't have screens. I've never used a door screen or a window screen or anything like that. Anyway, guys, let's get into Ravenholm. Let's just go to Ravenholm. One was white, the other was a welly. No quite, they were both black, they were both shoes. But, I absolutely get the cunt ripped out of us. At least I can afford 2 different shoes, that's true. Also did the odd shoes thing, but it was the indoor and outdoor shoes. I only changed one of them. One was black, one was white, so I wouldn't forget. Jesus Christ, man. Can easily install screens in PVC windows and doors. There we go. So anybody who's got a beastie problem when you open your windows, stick some screens on, job done. We've got those magnetic screens. You stick up a little magnet in the UV PVC frames and they snap on. Amazing. Oh, here everybody, I cracked a filling last night. That was good, wasn't it? Fucking half my tooth is now just sitting. That's good, isn't it? Excellent. Aye, excellent. I was out for about 12 hours, did about 10 hours worth of driving, came home, cracked a bloody filling. So look at this, everybody. We don't go to Ravenholm, except right now I'm in Ravenholm. And look, it's sort of responding pretty good, isn't it? Don't know what FPS I'm sitting at. But that's alright, isn't it? Nice one, Bandit. That's funny. Hello, Pursue. Welcome in. Do you remember the first pair of shoes you bought? I do not, no. I don't. Hold on, I'm maybe shouting. Let me turn this down just a wee bit. This looks great, doesn't it? So I can't see any aliasing, any pixel edges, anything like that. Let's get the flashlight on. Let's see, are these bricks bumpy bricks? I mean, that join doesn't look great, does it? So everybody's like talking about, oh my god, RTX, yay! NVIDIA RTX, yay! So let's see actually what it's made of here. Have a wee look about. So we're in Ravenholm. Fuck yeah! Getting a wee bit of aliasing or flashing or something, see over there in these windows in the distance, but you probably won't be able to see that because by the time it's compressed and stuff. But this looks really good. I can't remember ever playing a game on any platform or any console where if I'm looking right close at it, can you see any jagged edges? Can you see any pixely bits or anything like that? So that's cool, man, that we've entered an era of video games. I can't see any sort of flaws or whatever. And keep in mind the base graphics here are, what, 20 years old now? 25 years old? Oh, so I wonder if, right, this is interesting. I don't know if you remember the corpse on the original Half-Life. One of the corpse meshes had, as a texture applied to it, a real-life autopsy photo of a guy who, you know, was dead and his face got horribly disfigured. And that is still in the original Half-Life 2. If you install Half-Life 2 on Steam today, part of one of the assets that goes on the corpse faces is literally a photo of a dead person. So I think in this version they've patched that out, which I would say is long overdue. So let's have a wee look about. Let's see if we can find... Oh, look at this boy here. Do you know what, mate? Go fuck yourself. That's what I say to you, big lad. Oh, we've got guns as well, so that's good. But it's a good game. There's a wee torso here. Some crows. Oh no, somebody help this poor crow. Here we go, put it out of its misery. I don't like to see an animal in distress. Right. Onwards. Well, that's not good. So I'm scrolling, right, and then I will settle on a weapon, for example, that Magnum, and then I stop scrolling. It doesn't go to the weapon that I've chosen. You see that shit? Alright, you need to click it. Has that always been in Half-Life? You need to press click after you've hovered over the weapon. So if I just scroll to the gravity gun, the interface disappears, but if I scroll to the gravity gun and then click, it changes. I can't remember if it's always been like that. Had a wee glitch, I think. Has it always been like that? Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't remember. Aye, the explosion didn't cast light. Absolutely. Bogus bullshit refund, man. Alright, mate. Alright, big laddie. Any baddies in here? I think there should be a hell of a lot more baddies in here. Aye, hiya, pal. Cut in half. Cut in half. Aye, so all the models are new and stuff. I think all the sound is the same. But all the models and textures and everything have been redone. And I think this might be a fan-made project. I'm not too sure. I should have looked into it a wee bit more. But the big question for me was, did they replace the autopsy face? And I think they did, which is a great thing. Oh no, I can hear the wee... Is that a normal head crab, or is it one of the wee bastard ones?
was said they had become like these peculiar demons which dwell in matter, but in whom no life may be found.
Oh! There was a wee delay there for when I shot until it a wee sort of glitchy bit. Don't know where that went or if it died or what have you. Any baddies in here? Whoa! Cunt. Got a wee fright there. So I think a lot of them come through here, don't they? I think they come out here. Aye, they're there. Come on over here, boyos. Hiya, come on, talk to me. There we go. That's us. Right, mate, don't lose your head. Oh, look at that. Look at the illuminated pack in the darkness there. I don't think that's something that happened before, but I might be wrong. All the light and texture is good in here. The problem is with this stuff, I forget what it looked like originally. Do you know what I mean? This looks like how I remember Half-Life, but I don't think there's any way of sort of A-Bing the before and after, you know what I mean? Uh-oh! There we go, there we go. Only one recap says I don't remember any of this. This is Ravenholm. It's the very start of Ravenholm. I don't know how big this demo is. So I think it's only 2 levels, maybe Ravenholm and Nova. Oh, a wee bit of glitchiness there. I think it's like Ravenholm and Nova Prospect. Is it R for reloads? Oh, is that one of the runny bastards? Is it R for reload? Is there a reload? It's been a while. Oh, bit glitchy. Aye, getting a wee bit glitchy now, eh? Fuck off, cunt, chucking a fucking bit of furniture at me. Prick. I've been coming to this place for about 20 years, pal. Chucking a bit of furniture at me. Press Alt and X to bring up the remix menu. You can turn the new graphics on and off, can you? Look at all the VRAM usage, sitting at about 86%. Preset settings enabled. I don't think there is a global off and on version, is there? But this is all the settings that I've got. It's just on default. I'm playing it at 1080p. Globally enables or disables all the enhanced asset replacements, materials, meshes, lights functionality. So if I turn that off, will it just show us it? Or do I need to restart the level? Hello MJ Havoc, how's it going? Welcome in. That's what I'm trying to figure out, Calpig. Can I just turn that off? Ah, look at that. So this is like the original game. Alright, so look at how shitty this wall is, right? However, do you want to see this wall on RTX? Look at that. It's now really dark so that you can't see it. Nah, look at that with the torch on it and shit. That looks good. Look at that, it's all 3D and stuff. Apparently this is using, do you know, I don't even know what RTX is. Don't know if it's machine learning stuff. Don't know anything about anything. Goodness me, thank you very much for that bubble blast. Dave the Train, welcome in, Dave the Train. Thank you very much for subbing. I hope you're doing good. What a legend. Thank you very, very much. So it's RTX. I think it's... so this is just a demo. It's only 2 levels. Dave the Train, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. How's it going? Compare fire and smoke well off and on. Cool. I think there's a fire out here. But all the lights and the atmospheric stuff and the ambience and the mist and things is good. I'm noticing a definite like auto exposure thing. You see that? That reminds me a wee bit of Unreal Engine. So if I look into a dark place, you can see it sort of fade. So you look at a place and it like changes the brightness very slightly. Right. Aye, so look at this fire and smoke. This will be a good opportunity to compare things.
The
fuck was that? It just came at me.
But who is this? Another life to save? I'll keep my eye on you. More than that, I cannot promise.
Alright, see you later, pal. So let's have a wee look at this fire and smoke. How do I reload in this game? It's just right click into it, we're fine. No, I think right click is the alt thing. The frame rate of the fire is quite low frame rate, but I think that's just the nature of it. I don't think that's like a rendering problem or whatever. So let's do Alt X, turn all the shit off. So this is the original Half-Life. Wow, look, it looks like daytime or something. What's that box up there? You see it? I mean, it is a wee bit better, isn't it? Like, look at how flat this brick wall is compared to... Ah, okay, it's a lot better. Oh, it's a lot better. Aye. Capturing this on stream with OBS and stuff definitely is... will take up more resources, 100%. There's like a brightness setting as well. Hiya, boyos! I'll burn you? Oh no, you electrify you, don't you? I forget how that's done, I'll be honest with you. Oh, you do that. And then you do that. Right, just watch you guys burn now. And then for health and safety, you're best just like turning the gas back off. Do you know what I mean? Okie dokie, take this wrench. I want to wrench somebody to the dome. I mean, I want to go through that door, but at the same time, stuff up here to be had. Something in there that I want. What I'd like to do is just hurt myself with a table. But luckily I've got tons of these kicking about. Let's head back up here and just chuck a wee bangy up through there. Oh no, it's over there, I can hear a baddie. Just thought it would be appropriate to fling that in there. Hiya! Can I do this via shooting? Yay! What a game, man. What a game. Ravenholm used to freak me out. Aye, 100%. Ravenholm was horrible. Hello, Gonzo. Welcome in. How's it going? How's it going, Gonzo? Welcome in. Just killing some mad zombies. If you're into that. And this zombie is electrified. So you turn off the electricity, don't you? Because if I try and go up this ladder just now, I'll just die to bits. Quite sure. So that is why there's a door down here into it. Oh, it's been a long time. Been a very long time. And then this is where the priest guy was as well, eh? Look at the shadows. It's fucking creepy, isn't it? That was cool, man. See, just visual storytelling. I wonder if you would see those shadows on the RTX off. I guess you still would. But that was a cool way of introducing the baddies, you know. Fucking die, man. Ah, my head. Fuck you, man. Anybody else? Playing baseball with head crabs here? Right. I'm 99 health, we're fine. I've just absolutely spunked all my ammo. We do have though this boyo. Aye, that's just blocked in it. You don't. No, you do. You use the grab gun to unblock all of this push. And you do something up here. I forget exactly what you do up here. Let's go up here and see what there is. There's a wee puzzle or a switch or something in it. Could put that there. Can't remember offhand. Get up to that, shifty about there. Maybe I need that later on. For the time being though, let's head up here. Oh, there's a head crab. Head crab's trying to taunt me into blowing it up. But I can maybe just squish it with like a bullet. Alright mate, do you want to just stand away for that big thing? There we go. Oh fuck! I just picked up a flaming canister of gas. Right next to my face, Jesus Christ. You're eating sweet potatoes, Lewis? That's dynamite. That's what it makes when I do tax returns. Here's a top tip, see for your tax returns, ChatGPT, man. Just get a computer to do it. I thought you weren't dead. Okay, I'll make sure you are though. Stay down, man. Back to sleep. Prick. You know. You know. I can hear one of these squeaky head crabs in here. Be good if there's a wee bit of ammo kicking about. And you do that, you do that, you come in here. Goodness me, thank you very much for that. Roscoe! Hold on, I need to tab out so that I can read this message in full. Because I think it's something quite... Roscoe says, "My cummy's turned into bubbles." Hello Roscoe, how's it going? Roscoe, somebody told me you were in my work on the show that used to be called The 7, but is now called Reporting Scotland News at 7, which is not to be confused with Reporting Scotland, which is a completely different show. Is that right? I wasn't in, as you know. Roscoe, thanks very much for subbing. Welcome in. How's it going, man? If you're just joining, we're playing Half-Life RTX. Thanks for subbing, by the way. What a legend. Uh-oh. Aye, these bastards, man. Fucking freaky, spidery pricks. With no ammo, so you just sort of need to squash them. Fuck off. Get fucked, man. Fucking radiator, you. Man, they look really good. They weren't as detailed before. Look at, they're all hairy and shit. Look at that. That's alright, isn't it? So here we go. That is how to... I guess I've got full health. Cool, so we've now unelectrified the thing. I was near work, asked if you were there and they said no. Brilliant. Who were you talking to? I pure no oi them. That was my pure work. I would have taken you the full tour if you were in. But well, I'm only typically weekdays just on a Friday now. But even then, very rarely. Maybe like twice a month or something these days. But I hope you had a wonderful time. A while ago I put your name on a contact list for comedy stories and fringe stories. But you've been on a handful of times before already, because I remember you were on donks ago with my two-stripe t-shirt. No, you don't. Sneaky wee spider bastard. Fuck off. My health's now down to 1. Nice one. Alright, get some morphine on the go. Where's that wee skittery bastard? Don't know. Anyway, let's head down, round. And we will now get past the electric bit. Aye, Stevja, I've sort of tried to fix my sleep pattern and now I completely 100% miss the Roscoe streams. Oh, I can hear people skulking about, man. Don't like it. Don't like it. Katoon says hello, just got a filling done. Katoon, you'll never guess. Yesterday, a big portion of one of my fillings just fell out at the end of like a fucking really long day. So, serendipitous filling stuff, so I need to go and get a repair, because it's doing me a lot of bother. Mostly just Indigo Stafford. Oh, right, cool. And who was the presenter? Was it... I don't know Indigo very well, because I think she's just new for the new show. She was the entertainment person, and then I think the presenter might have been Amy Irons, might have been somebody else. But cool, I hope you had a great time. The only good thing about them is if you lower than 100% and need a heal, if they bite you, your suit will fully heal you. Oh, brilliant, cool. They asked me at the end of the interview if I had anything else to add. Instead of plugging stuff, I asked if hangover was because of hay, and then accused the presenter of being some sort of hay denier. Aye man, you should have just plugged your Twitch. It was Indigo who was the presenter? Right, cool. I've not met her yet because she's just on for the new show, so we've not chatted at all. But I want to chat to her about the film I'm working on with Pip. Just by the way, I've got a story idea. But she seems cool. Right. Where are we? I'm up here. Alright, jump over here. Easy, I can do that. No bother. I can do that. Goodness me, Jebaru. How you doing, Jebaru? Welcome in. Thanks very much for subbing. Thank you very, very much. Hope you're having a good one. If you're just joining us, we are playing the RTX version of Half-Life 2. It's a new demo. There's only 2 levels in it, but boffins somewhere have used graphics card technology to make Half-Life 2 look maybe about 10% better. So we're giving that a wee shot. Dynamite.
Well
All right,
done,
man.
brother.
Aye, no bother.
Make free use of my traps, but take care not to fall in them yourself. Behind you!
You get him, cunt.
In Ravenholm, you do well to be vigilant.
Uh-huh. Right, see you later. It looked as if there was a lot of steam coming off that guy, and I think it was maybe just sort of graphics upscaling glitches or something like that. And it reminded me of when I was at Tea in the Park once. Big festival. And I went back to my tent and I took off my shoes and like my foot was steaming. It was that hot. There was like just, it looked like it was on fire. It looked like a visual effect or something like that. Just this amount of steam coming from my feet. Like it was notable. Everybody round about me was like, oh, what the fuck's happening there? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I wasn't even tripping or anything. I was just dead hot, and it reminded me, I was looking at him there, and I think there was a wee visual glitch that made that do that. Right, we'll just bounce down here, lads. Let's just give this a wee shot, right? Okie dokie. Oh no, I forgot about the big runny guys. Do you remember the big runny guys running across rooftops and stuff? Oh, look at that. Close the door. There a wee head crab prick. Aye, I'd like to stick some fire in there, eh? That's an infestation if I've seen one before. Don't have much ammo. I didn't even hit him. Pish. Absolute pish. It hit the bar. Fucking die, man. Right, so they're getting me for there. Let's just... Oh, look. Oh, that would be useful. Right, where are yous? Oh! Ah! Spooky wee bastards, man. Ah! Right. Oh, it doesn't sound good, does it? Big fucking whale. Whale. Hiya boyos. Right, come here over here. Could you do us a favour and just stand exactly... Uh-oh! Mistimed that! Mistimed that, a belter. Oh, shite. Fucking die, cunt! Ah! This isn't going very well, I must say. If it wasn't for your crowbar, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary. There we go, they're all dead. Alright, well that wasn't satisfying in the slightest there. There was a wee thing I was supposed to do there and I absolutely fucked it. Don't know if you saw that. This game puts you off eating whole chickens, not me, actually gives me a better appetite. Maybe just out the bath, self-care is important, it definitely is. 100%, if not in the apocalypse then when? Hammy, how's it going Hammy? ADSR Thug, welcome in man, I hope you're doing good. Have some ray-traced bubbles, thank you very much for the very low FPS bubbles that you've just blasted us. I appreciate that, thank you very much. This is looking good. RTX, I thought it was a gimmick. It does look substantially better. Also, Half-Life 2 still holds up, man. What a game. Although it is only 2 levels we've got. Zombie boys! Here, mate, chase us. Come on, get us. Come on, get us. Come on, get us, pal. You coming? Oh, I bet you can't get me. Ah. Right, come on, chase us. Alright, pal, how you doing? You alright? Try come here, come on over here, mate. Mate, come on, I've got something to show you. Ah. Come on, I'll show you. Come on, ah. Dick. So this means that in there are supplies in it. So the question is, how do you get in there? Well, I bet maybe using this, and then you can maybe like scroll. Very low frame rate there. Whatever the hell happened. Wonder if that's a physics thing or an RTX thing. I did have my torch on, which is a bit out of order. Alright, so that sign there means that there are supplies, and I'll be honest, I forget where they are if you do get in here. Or what have you. Maybe they're down over here. Aye, so I'll need to quit the stream in a wee bit because I need to set up a new limited company, and I need to do that before kind of 7ish tonight. And I don't want to do that on stream because I'll end up fucking doxing myself.
I am Father Grigori. You have already met my congregation.
Mate, it's no laughing matter. This is quite serious. So the bricks there look quite flat. No, they look alright. They look alright. It's not real geometry though. It's like texture stuff. Texture wizardry. Aye, absolutely out of ammo. What's your wee limited company going to be called? I'm not going to tell you that, so as that somebody else doesn't register it with company's house before I do, so I'll let you know. Also, I need to figure out a way of not doxing myself, so I need to get like an address first. That's the most adult thing I've ever heard you say. Jebaru, you've got a point. Let me balance that by giving you an armpit fart. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Just brings a bit more balance. I do have noise cancellation on, so sorry if that armpit fart sort of farted into the wind there. This is a nice loading corridor, isn't it? All of that shit just disappeared, and I'm assuming all of this stuff, just look at this loading corridor. What is the minimum we can give the guy so that we can load this fucking section of the map? Uh-oh. No thanks. Oh, no chance. It's fucking unloading it. So if I go forward... Ah, bastards. As soon as I'm in here, you should lock that door and then... Anyway. I do like it. It does just look as if there's a bloom effect applied. Excellent. So I'm going out for dinner tonight about 7:15. With Scroobius Pip and some cards. Ah, I died. I just died. Carivore, Twitch didn't tell you I went live. Well, I did go live. Carivore, you should also be on my Discord with notifications switched on there as well, and that is a way that you can sort of get a double tap notification for whenever I go live.
Woe betide thee, child.
Woe betide, good old Woby. That's 2 Billy Connolly references.
Ah, it is you. I apologize. But no harm done. My bullets are the least of your concerns.
Mate, what, you kill this cunt? Absolutely fucked that up. Bounce a paint tin off his dome. Mate, do you want to kill him? I was letting the other guy kill you. Mate, I've got nothing to kill you with. Oh no, I do. Here, right, hold still. Cunt. Right. Right, so where are we? Here, catch. Thank you very much, Spacious Fort Gordy. Thanks very much for subbing, Spacious Fort Gordy. Glad your graphics card works. The game looks sensational on my screen too. Dynamite. It looks really good, doesn't it? I was expecting worse performance. I'm only playing it at 1080p and I'm on a 38 graphics card and I'm multi-streaming to like 4 separate places just now. And it seems to be working. How does it look? How does it sound? All of that sort of stuff. I use Blue Square Offices. It's 50 quid a year to use their Glasgow address. Katoon, I think I'll do exactly that then. If it's only £50 a year, I'll do that. These days you can just stream the loading of the level rather than the crude dumps in this. It's quite sort of adorable though, isn't it? Watching what they've done. That's brilliant. So I guess there's just a radius round the player. Or well, no, it'll probably be more complicated than that. But that's pretty cool. Played this in the 360, loved it, but this looks superb. This looks like how I remember Half-Life. Half-Life was obviously a lot worse. But like in my constructed memory, this is how I remember it. But then if you switch to the non-RTX mode, you're like, oh aye, that's a fair bit worse graphics wise. So this whole thing is like a tech demo. Mate, do you want to kill him? Thanks.
My God.
How did that get me? He's all the way down there. Oh, is that a runny one? Anyway. Okie dokie. Right, all of these cunts. I'll do it. There's still a guy over here. Was it R for reload? I totally forget. Oh, it's him. Fuck. Did you see the pro strats there? That was so smooth. The way that I got him, man. Oh, my skills. See these skills, everybody? Oof. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Look at all this, it looks pretty good. I honestly forget what to do here. Look at that, that looks like some sort of glitch or something, doesn't it? See that vertical, luminous, that's supposed to be... Don't know what's supposed to happen there, but it doesn't look as if it's correct. Right, let's go and see if there's more baddies to kill. Let me just have a wee look at chat first. Katoon, thanks very much for the recommendation. I'm going to probably use them. Chameleon says Soul Reaver on the Dreamcast PS1 got around loading screens by making the time to travel across a room slightly longer than the unloading the previous one and loading the next one. It's a pretty ingenious solution for 1998. Aye, that is class, man. I didn't know that. I'm really enjoying the. There's a series of videos, you'll probably know the name, I forget, on YouTube about how certain challenges were solved when making stuff like Crash Bandicoot and things. How Crash Bandicoot's a 3D game, but it's essentially a 2D game, if you think about it. Does anybody know? It's a very well produced YouTube series on the technical challenges and solutions for these vintage games on YouTube. It's really good. Carnivore, I wasn't as obsessed with the first game, but Half-Life 2, oh, played that quite a bit, man. Hammy says, it works pretty similar to a Radius, but you may have the level chopped up on a grid and decide what to load based on a culling map, which would inform the system what parts of the map can be seen from where. It does totally make sense, absolutely, absolutely. When I stopped talking earlier, when I was like, the Radius thing, oh no, maybe it's something else. The thing you've described is roughly what I was thinking about, but I just didn't have the words to hand to describe it. But aye, I think we're on the same sort of level. Are those skills tax deductible? Aye. No clip? Aye, it is no clip. It is no clip. I know the one they hacked up the C library so they could have more space on the disk. Aye, they just took out unused stuff. Does the big CRT in the back have some burn-in? No, it's burn-in, definitely is. So it used to be a CCTV monitor, and so this says monitor number 59, and then this text underneath would change quite a bit because it's a monospaced typeface, which means I know that there was letters here but you can't tell what they are, and the burn-in led to quite a funny discovery. So as soon as I bought this monitor, I wanted to know if I could modify it so that it could accept an RGB signal. So down here, there's the model number. It's a GVC21, whatever it is. So I typed that into Google, typed in how to modify GVC blah 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 monitor for RGB. Didn't get any results. So then I put same search question, but just on Reddit. Give me Reddit results. Bang, there we go. So on a subreddit for CRT enthusiasts, somebody had the same monitor and they're like, how do we do it? And then they're having a wee discussion and I'm reading it. But they showed a picture of the monitor. And I'm like, wait a wee minute. That monitor is mine. And I clicked through and I'm like, no, it is mine though. Not only was it the same model of monitor, it's literally the same monitor. So some guy on Reddit had posted a photo of this this physical one. And the reason I know that it's this one is because it's got the same screen burn, monitor number 59. And there's a chip in the plastic below that's chipped off. So while searching for how to modify a monitor that I had, I found a thread of a guy who had exactly got that far on a path before me, and in the comments I found a totally different guy saying, no way, I had that monitor a wee while ago and tried to modify it and couldn't figure out how to do it, so ended up selling it on. So I'm thinking about starting a subreddit for previous owners of this particular monitor. Anyway, I did modify it, it worked for a couple of months, and then something else blew on it, so it's fucked currently. So what I think I need to do is buy a capacitor tester and replace some of the capacitors, definitely all the electrolytic capacitors, and then maybe reflow some of the solder and stuff like that. But that's a project for later. But to answer your question, yes, it is screen burn. But it's unreal, isn't it? The Getaway on PS2 streamed the entire game in real time off the DVD. That really pushed the limits of the PS2's optical drive right to the edge. When you run an optical disc, you also have to plan your data layout on the disc, as the outside of the DVD loads quicker than the inside. That is wild, isn't it, man? I bought the Getaway second hand because I'd read so much about it and I was very excited to play it, and I got home and the disc wouldn't load and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And I tried again, disc wouldn't load, tried again, disc wouldn't load. Got the disc out and looked at it, and right at the start of the data, there was the disc was pristine, except from at the very start of the data there was just a very slight chunk out of the very centre of the disc. So I haven't played a single frame of the Getaway or the Getaway 2 for PS1, but maybe some point we'll jump into that and I'll have a wee shot of it on stream. Capacitor testers ain't cheap, that's why I've currently not bought one. So it might be quicker and easier just to buy all the capacitors and try and replace them all. I had a wee look, I think you can get one for about 40 quid or 50 quid, but I don't really have 40 quid or 50 quid to spend on that sort of stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Need to sell it to some other cunt who can't fix it, exactly. By the way, totally unrelated, anybody want to buy a CRT monitor? My goodness. Was the Getaway 2 on PS2? I think the Getaway 1 was on PS1, wasn't it? I think. I never played a lot of the PS2. By that point, I'd sort of moved on to PC gaming. PS1, on the other hand, played tons of that. Anyway, I've been chatting quite a bit, and thus don't know what I'm up to. It looks like maybe I need to go up here. Fucking go off a ladder.
Although they call me crazy, I care not, for thou art my helper, my strength, and...
Half a guy, fucking Johnny Eck here, you see him? Just fall off the edge, pal. No way you can get me. Not a chance. I think I can golf this guy. Oh! There you go. This looks like that place that Devin Brown played Russian roulette. Where was that, in like Jersey or somewhere? The Getaway was an early-ish PS2 game, but did start life as a PS1 game. Alright, alright. I footage of the PS1 version somewhere on my NAS. Man, I bet YouTube would love to see that. But you would probably lose your job or something. By the Getaway at the time, for what they were doing, I remember everybody just like, it's a perfect recreation of London. Every single square centimetre of London is faithfully recreated, and I'm like, But I wonder how they get away with like using, because like all the shops are called the real names for the shops. You've got HMV and all of that. I guess they just didn't give a fuck about intellectual property. So we need to play that at some point on stream. Some game this, isn't it? Some game this. So I might need to bounce in just a wee bit because I do have some admin to do. Alright mate, you look as if you might need a wee lick of paint. Haha. Is that ammo? Ammo. Oh aye, so this is the burnt corpse. Aye, so I'm quite sure that face is not the autopsy photo face. And that is about time that that image wasn't in Half-Life. I still think Valve should patch that out. Because it's a bit fucked in it. So the RTX version I think isn't official. I think it's like a... Oh, these bastards, man. Oh no. Oh no. I hate these guys, man. Matt McMuscles, I don't know who that is. Different one entirely. Brilliant. Brilliant. Aye, so if anybody doesn't know, there is a texture that was used in the original game that is from a medical book that shows a horrific image of somebody's head that was like severely burned. And the developers of Half-Life just took that image and stuck it in a game. Which is a wee bit disrespectful if you think about it. I think that should be patched out a long time ago, man. Oh. I suppose it was a different time back then, wasn't it? Hiya! Can I kill you with cardboard boxes? I don't think I can. I can kill you with that, though. Can I dome you with paint? I should maybe just shoot you bastards. I think I need to go back through here, so I could probably just leave all these guys. Because I need my bullets for the big scary lads.
Here, brother.
I think I've only got one left.
Come closer. You've stirred up hell.
Oh,
Man after my own
I remember
heart.
them
Here, I have a more suitable gun
climbing
for
up.
you. You'll need it.
Geese it.
Catch. Good. Now, keep it close. My advice to you is aim for the head. Hush. They come.
Where is it?
There is no rest in Ravenholm. Move on and I will meet you at the church.
Do you want to help me kill these pricks, man? Uh-oh. I hate the runny bastards. Oh, I hate them. Oh, I remember jumping in that vat. But I think it just kills you, doesn't it? Does it? That footstep sound needs a wee bit of TLC. Right, let's try and jump in the... No, it doesn't kill you, that's what you're supposed to do. Aye. Be in a wee while. Aye, so it is R for reload. Just forgetting. Be cool if, just like in Tomb Raider, if you held crouch, if it would stop you going off the edge. I don't think it does. Okie dokie, right, where to from... Oh, aye. There we are. Aye, so what else have I got to tell you? Not much. Spent all day yesterday driving about with Scroobius Pip and Cade. And we went all about Argyll and Butte and found amazing filming locations and all of that. Today we had a meeting with a guy from Scottish Screen. He's told me basically to set up... I should have closed that door. Fuck off! Told me to set up a limited company, and that would mean I'm eligible for things that I didn't know that I was, so that's really good. And it's all very much happening. Doing big boy business shit, man. They are like crossfitters. Oh, there's that big boy there. Okie dokie. I get some of these, thank you very much. Right, what time are we at? I think I'll leave these round about 4ish. Just to do a lovely bit of business. So let's see if we can get out of Ravenholm by 4. I don't think we can. See what's going down. Any other wee beasties? Alright. You're just chilling out? Do you know, I think that... No, it isn't. It's totally new. There you go. Just do that for you, buddy. It must be down here. Must be down here. Aye, the geometry does definitely need a pass as well. But then at what point do you just leave the game? Like, see, instead of doing all that, just maybe make Half-Life 3 though, eh? Imagine I killed one of them, that would be class. I don't think I should have used that. I think I should have retained that. Look at that though, look at that, that looks pretty good. If there weren't any baddies about, I would, in fact, look, right, so look at this, take all of this in, look at that foliage. What is really remarkable for me is there are no jaggies. I can't see any jaggy pixels, just in terms of aliasing. is like the best I've ever not seen aliasing. You know what I mean? And it's running pretty well considering I'm streaming and stuff at the same time. So if I press Alt X, I can just disable a lot of it. So that's what we had back in the day. Look at that, absolute shite. However, notice the tone of the full thing has changed. Like this looks like daytime, doesn't it? This looks like maybe 5 or 6 in the afternoon, early evening. Whereas, if I put RTX back on, totally different vibe. I think the sky should be a wee bit brighter, personally. I think there is a brightness setting that you can go in and change, but that's a different thing. So I think if somebody has created, made a creative decision. Where'd you come from, quick? Just die, though? Oh, good. Oh, good. That's exactly what we're after, isn't it? And stay down. So wee glitch thing happened there, whatever that was. Any like guns or ammo behind here? This is pitch dark. Like there's no way I would have got through that without the torch. Whereas I bet you with RTX off, that would be well lit. Well, not well lit, but just lit. I think this guy keeps respawning. He was here like 2 minutes ago, wasn't he? Okay. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know there's fucking one of these. Nah, I get stuck in a bit of geometry there. Couldn't proceed. So it turns out there was a big trap sitting there the full time that I just didn't use because I'm a silly idiot. Right, so this is best used on... There's a big lad just down here. And here, isn't there? Cool, got him. And then... If we just go under here and hit that. Oh shit. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Ravenholm is scary. Aye, so I modified my my speech EQ and stuff, so it will reduce sibilance. So when I speak and say S sounds, usually there's quite a harsh, unpleasant S sound, and I'm accentuating it so you will hear it there, but that's now EQ'd properly, and there's a de-esser and all that, so it's not perfect, but the audio should now be substantially better than what it was, which is rather exciting. So, big stream upgrade. Pant man, shat it. Shat my pants. The pre-RTX is pretty natural, not a ton of cast shadows. So I wonder if it was a stylistic choice for whoever put this together to make it more dark and scary. Because that's kind of sacrilege if they've decided to make creative changes. Or I wonder if it's just like a technical... Oh! So that guy's not dead? I don't think they should have messed with the vibe or tone. These footsteps sound old, man. It's the only bit about the full experience I'm like, get that fixed, man. Hear these? Also, where the hell's my body? Right. Wee prick. Okie dokie, so let's grab this and chuck it at a baddie. Dropped it. Don't know where it is, there's a way to hell. Man, it's been a long time since I've been in Ravenholm.
Warning. Toxin levels detected.
Right, we'll just hang out here a wee bit until my stuff goes back up. It's exciting, isn't it? You can listen to sound by replacing all the S's in your speech with F's. I guess I could. Wonder if there's an OBS plugin to replace my S's with F's. That was a good shot. Fucking cunt of a guy, man.
Lacerations detected. Warning. Vital signs critical.
Right, where's that big lad? Where's that big laddie? Spider chucker. Uh-oh.
Ammunition depleted.
That made a sound as if it was dead. Right, where's the spider chucker? I think he's down here. Uh-oh! I dropped my... Don't think that was him, but I killed something. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, aye, this bit, do they not all run in or something? Yes, man. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, I did that again. Right. I pressed right click. Totally flubbed that, man. I just ruined some things. Oh well. Any baddies I can explode, please? Anybody's kicking about that I can explode, please? Alright. Don't really know where to go. Do I need to head down? I don't really want to because I'm a bit of a shite bag. Some graphics here. Look at this. It's in that wall texture. Need to get that fixed. Cool, head up here. Oh, aye. So it does that, does it? I was embarrassed. Never try and explode a guy and it just explodes next to him and now he just knows that you're angry at him. That was a bit more successful. And then I think I've got more canisters up here. Yes. Yes, I have. Alright. Right, let's go back up that bit and go across the thing. Here, catch this. Haha. Right, so head up here, go across here, head up here. Come on, get up the fucking ladder. Head over here, head up here. Like so. And now, we've just put that wee bit there, so that means I can get across this now, whereas earlier I could... Fuck! Earlier I could not. Right, let's try that again. I flubbed it. A terrible footstep sounds. Okay, let's give this a wee nice safe jump. Right, where to? I remember all the screamy boys. Aye, they're there now. Don't like them. They can absolutely fuck off. Hey, big laddies. Oh, aye. Guess I'll hang out here for a bit next to all my health. Fuck off. Right, let's maybe get one of them. There we go. Some game into it. Still is kind of fun to go through. And now the brickwork looks a wee bit better. So that's something into it.
How came you here?
Carvor says, I mean, how often do you get to make a tooth-hurty 2:30 joke when actual dentist appointment? I took a chance while the opportunity presented itself. That is wonderful, man. That is wonderful. Dynamite. Dynamite. Absolutely brilliant. Good to see you up and around. This mod who's gone on my list. See, alright, Avgas, all the very best. Yes, Flop Donkey, the illumination of the health packs is really good.
Here, brother. This is the wrong side of town for you. Did I not tell you to seek the church? Mend your ways before it is too late.
Mate, it's just linear. It's just a linear game. I didn't have any, like, it didn't fork off or anything. Oh, I guess you've just forked off. Guy just forked off. Right, health's 100. We're doing good. Nice try, game. So what time are we at? Right, that's 4 o'clock, everybody. I've got things to do, unfortunately. Or, well, fortunately. They're fun things to do. Well, they aren't fun, but it's a cool thing I'm doing. I need to set up a limited company for motion picture activity. And register with Company's House. And I wanted to do that before 7 o'clock. Was that going to go on fire? Don't go on fire. So, we've just got to a loading screen there, so that might be a good point to just hold off. Keep in mind, this is just a demo as well, and we've already played the fuck out of Half-Life 2, so I guess we don't really need to finish it. But I wanted to come on and just show the difference between RTX. I mean, look at that for a saw blade. You know, I don't really know if I need my saw blades to look any more realistic than that. That's as good as a saw blade needs to look in a video game, personally. So I wasn't too sure what all this RTX nonsense was all about. I didn't know if it was a gimmick thing. I didn't know if, you know what I mean? It was like a lot of hot air. I didn't know if it would work on my graphics card or if Nvidia would cause mine as a 3080 and not one of the new ones. If it would like fucking limit it and stuff. But look, we're using RTX and it's working great. So I look forward to this getting applied to other things. I'm still entirely unsure what the RTX technology is. Oh, I've been here before. Remember I put that on that guy? Is this the same room? Anyway, we can worry about that later on. So I'm going to quit out of that. Let's save the game. And I now need to go and do some cinema film production. Well, I tell you who's on, by the way, everybody. I tell you who's on. It's only bloody ad. Or indeed Adam, if we're going to give him his full name. So listen, everybody, thank you very much for coming in. I'm going out tonight, so I might not be on tonight. I probably won't be on tonight. But if I'm on tonight, I might come in about half cut and tell you all about things. 10:30 limited, aye, maybe. 10:30, 2:30, potentially. Aye, so I need to come up with a name. Need to come up with a limited company name, but we'll see how it goes. Listen, everybody, keep it real, take it easy, all the very best. Thanks very much for coming in. I'll be back on every day this week, but I've just got some stuff that I'm doing in the background as well that I maybe can't stream. So slightly, I mean, usually I'm only on to about 5 or 6 anyway, so you'll be all right. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being my pal. Keep it real, take it easy. That's me done everything that I would like to do today, except to say, my name's James Houston and Houston's Boostin', but before I do that, please enjoy this magic trick. Still got it, like that. Bye, love you, see you later. We're raiding ad_ad_ad. See you in a wee while, everybody, all the very best, see you.